like, what is culture really? Is culture just something we make up, like we see, we imitate, and now we're part of the culture?
Right.
Or is it just the stereotypes that we see, like, all the time? Like, I don't know, Mexicans are lazy, black people like fried chicken.
Whoa. Whoa.
You know, the racist shit.
Calm down there, buddy.
Sorry, just so angry today. There was a plate of fried chicken and it just gone. I didn't get a piece.
I didn't get any pieces.
Because
these fucking niggers took all these. Guys, I want you to start a nigger count. Right? We've started a nigger count over here. I've said nigger almost like the last 7 episodes, I want to say. 7 or 8. Yeah. And keep it going. See how I can fit it in.
Every million Dwayne says, I get to say it once.
Yeah, so
with the 1A.
I'm at 7.
Yeah.
So
that's the rules.
Hey, 1 million episodes. Hey, you Mark will say it, man.
It's worth. I mean, at that point, why not?
Like, I think we'll be old enough.
We'll make an event out of it. We'll throw streamers.
But continue. I'm sorry.
So it's basically like what's real is like do stereotypes make a culture? Is like a stereotype its own culture? Mm-hmm. If you do fall into these stereotypes people make, like, are you being fake? Are you hurting the culture? Mm. You know, kind of shit like that. And it was just an interesting topic. I didn't know because it didn't end. Like, you know, there was no clear answer. They didn't let me. I barely left. I'm super tired. So I don't know. I just wanted to know your thoughts about it. Just initial thoughts.
So culture does exist. Culture is something that obviously it can be transferred from culture to culture and person to person, whatever, right? But I think today we teeter the line of stereotypes being considered culture, and it's because of mainstream America makes these things popular, which then turn stuff that they believe is culture into just blatant stereotypes or things that are just blatantly not what we would consider culture. For example, one thing that is to me is not culture, right? The whole aspect of especially when it comes to black people, right? When it comes to black people, you aren't from the hood, quote unquote, or you aren't real if you don't. Basically, it's a thing now that if you're uneducated or you chose to be in the streets, quote unquote, instead of going to school and everything like that, you real. You know, you were real when you were a real nigga. You got it out the mud and everything like that. Let me tell you something. That was something that was created by white media and by because that's all I can say, because at that time it was only white media. So I'm sorry, like people were tired of hearing us blame white people for stuff. Hey, look,
it did happen. Yeah.
It happened. All right, so it was a thing where these
because no other like you don't hear well you do actually, but like the whole like. You talk white just means you're talking with correct pronunciation and somewhat big words.
Yeah, basically you speak English.
Yeah, you speak English well.
you have a great grammar and spelling and pronunciation.
I was fucking hated.
Background. Yeah, I hated that too because I got it. Like I think a lot of us got it right. Mm-hmm. So it's why we do podcasts. Hey guys. But that's something that is a big thing. But that was created by white media a long time ago. You know, they tried to pretty much do the whole okie doke with us, and they did things like I want to say this is around the time of like '70s, late '70s into the '80s. This is around like the MTV era and stuff like that. I know MTV was the '80s, but I'm gonna blame a lot of stuff on that because they took things like NWA and stuff, and they took things like. I'm just using NWA as an example. NWA dressing how they dressed and talking about what they're talking about and using the slang that was LA slang and stuff like that, but they're talking about, police brutality and things like that, right? That was completely overshadowed because they called women bitches. Or, they were saying, like, suck my dick and everything like that, which is not culture. That is street lingo. It's two totally different things, all right? It's two totally different things. Those do not intertwine with each other.
Right. Well, street lingo evolves, changes with like from generation to generation. Cultures. It's a constant.
Basically. Like what I guess what is considered culture is every culture has its own street lingo. For example, I would say that I wouldn't say it, but some people would say that for black people, nigga is street lingo. I wouldn't say it personally. I feel like it's more culture because we flipped it. Yeah, how it started and we flipped it. But people would consider from an outside perspective that us saying nigga how we say it and the whole my nigga and like that's my nigga and everything like that, that's street lingo, right? So just think about it in that perspective. That was street lingo though. That had nothing to do with culture. So they took it and made it to be like, oh no, every black person that likes this type of music says these type of things. So they're that type of person. They're uneducated. You know, they sell drugs. They commit murders. They're a part of gangs and shit like that, which wasn't the case.
Right.
The only person in a gang in fucking NWA was Eazy-E. He's the only person that was documented. He's the only person that sold drugs. Everybody in NWA I think they all went to school. Like, so this is again, this is something that's bullshit. But it was put into society and put into the world like this is this, and then of course you have people run with it. Dang, I forgot the lady.
They run with the stereotypes.
Yeah, you have people who run with it. Dolores Tucker. If you remember the whole Tupac era and everything like that, where she had the whole war on rap and everything. And that was basically saying that was just the war on black people because telling Tupac and other rappers that calling women bitches and hoes and talking about your dick and everything is lewd and it shouldn't be that way and it's like it makes you sound uneducated and things like that. But it was how they were expressing themselves. It was art. It had nothing to do with their intelligence level, right?
Right.
But now she's trying to make a correlation to the two. Like if you say these things and like this music, you're dumb.
Yeah.
And that, of course, the face of that music is black people. So you put two and two together. Oh, black people make this music is because they're ignorant and dumb and stupid. Like, but of course they were pushing it. So you have that side of it, right? Who's pushing like this is wrong. Then you flip. You have MTV pushing like this is cool. Everything. So of course it's looked at as like this is culture. It's not culture though, right? So that's what I'm talking about where I'm saying that it was used as ploys to basically make a lot of cultures look stupid and a lot of especially the black culture because that was something that they tried to really push that narrative upon the world. Like basically anything that we do or say will be taken as,
it's dumb.
You're
dumb, you're stupid.
You're dumb, you're stupid.
You know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Which is fucking weird because they took NWA to do that, but Ice Cube is like one of the smartest motherfuckers ever to do it.
Yep. Like
he started out doing the rap writing, and then transferred into fucking writing movies, acting, all that shit, and now look at him. How is he dumb at all?
Owns his own studio, owns his own basketball league.
Yeah, the big three.
He's trying to become one of the first, I believe, if not the first, black person to own a whole not a network, but something that has to deal. Is it like a own? I don't know if it's cable provider or something, but
that'd be cool.
Has something to do with like he's trying to get people together to own that and everything. And again, that's going back to being able to control the narrative on, especially to black people, to get to hear the truth about this stuff.
Dr. Dre, fucking the first millionaire, rap millionaire or billionaire?
No,
billionaire.
He
or industry, I don't know.
No,
he made $1 billion.
No, he hasn't.
He hasn't? I thought he did. No.
It's Jay-Z. Jay-Z was the first rap billionaire. But yeah, we all remember that story when that came out, but it was wrong because it had something to do with the shares and everything. So he got close, but Jay-Z is officially the first.
Even him too.
But you can throw Jay-Z in there, right? Jay-Z, of course, they tried to discredit Jay-Z's whole career. He's just a dude who sold drugs, and that's all he was. He was just a petty crack dealer and things like that. Now this petty crack dealer is a billionaire. And yeah, that's the thing. But yeah, so to break it down, I guess the best way I can break it down, culture, I would say, I'm not trying to speak for black people, but I would say what I would consider culture on our side would be clothing, music, art, which you can tie in with music. So clothing, art, food.
Soul food.
That's racist. See what you did there, man.
Yeah.
Just
Feeding into the stereotype. With soul food.
I'm trying to think.
But then
There's a couple other things, but
with the whole stereotype thing, isn't the like something that's constant in the culture, like very constant and popular in the culture, becomes a stereotype. So once it becomes a stereotype, is it no longer part of the culture anymore? It's just a thing of its own because everyone starts copying it.
I believe there's good stereotypes and there's bad stereotypes, right? Mm-hmm. So a good stereotype, because it is the truth or whatever. Like, I won't say it's the truth, but I will say that I haven't met a person who doesn't like it, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, black people love chicken, right? And obviously, if you go back to slave times and things like that, you'll figure out why.
Yeah.
Right. So, but chicken, right? Good stereotype. I'm okay with that, right? Because there's a lot of truth to that. Yeah, we you know what I'm saying? We like our chicken. Cool, right? Bad stereotype is black fathers don't take care of their kids. Bad stereotype. I don't agree with that at all. And then of course from the people who who put that out there, I understand why they did it was because it was to separate black families and black homes and things like that. But also, it's easy to give us a stat like that when you're also the ones breaking apart the families. When you're arresting the father or the father's getting murdered,
right.
or the mom can't. They put them on these government assistance programs, which then makes them dependent on it. So then they choose basically to not work because you get way more money being dependent on the government than you would working. So why do that? And also I can't work if I have to take care of these kids while my husband's out trying to work or doing whatever he's trying to do to get money. So that is a bad stereotype, right? And those are the things that, So
the thing with bad stereotypes too is because when let's say people that are gonna abandon their family or just like dump a kid in and bounce.
Yeah, that's
regardless of fucking race, they're shit people, right?
Yeah,
call agree on the shit people. So when you have negative stereotypes like that,
it feeds into
it. So it's like, well, fuck it, I'm not the only one.
Right.
I'm gonna do it. Like whatever. They say we do it anyways. I'm gonna fucking do it anyways. Like fuck it, who cares?
Right.